Desktop support is one of the most important functions within an organization's IT structure. A desktop support professional helps employees and clients resolve hardware and software issues, troubleshoot network connectivity, and keep devices functioning properly so that day-to-day operations run smoothly. Because this role involves both technical expertise and customer-facing interaction, employers look for candidates who can solve problems efficiently while communicating clearly and patiently with end users. During an interview for a desktop support position, you can expect questions that test your technical knowledge of operating systems, hardware, and software, as well as your ability to handle frustrated users, prioritize multiple requests, and maintain professionalism under pressure. The goal of these interviews is to assess whether you can keep the IT environment reliable and secure while providing excellent support. In this video, we'll explore common desktop support interview questions, provide sample answers, and share useful tips to help you prepare effectively. Question 1. Can you explain the role of a desktop support professional? Answer begins here. A desktop support professional is responsible for troubleshooting and resolving technical issues related to desktops, laptops, printers, and other end-user devices. The role also includes installing and configuring software, supporting operating systems, and ensuring users can work without IT disruptions. Tip: show that you understand the blend of technical work and user support responsibilities. Question 2. How do you handle a situation where a user's computer won't start? Answer begins here. I first check the power supply, connections, and peripherals. If the system still doesn't start, I test hardware components such as RAM or hard drives, and then move on to BIOS settings. If those check out, I consider possible operating system corruption and work towards system recovery. Tip: demonstrate a step-by-step troubleshooting approach. Question 3. What steps do you take when troubleshooting a slow computer? Answer begins here. I check for background processes, disk space, and memory usage. I also scan for malware, update drivers, and ensure the system is patched. If performance issues persist, I may recommend a hardware upgrade such as additional RAM or an SSD. Tip: employers want to see analytical thinking and resourcefulness. Question 4. How do you deal with a frustrated or impatient user? Answer begins here. I remain calm, listen carefully to their concerns, and reassure them that I'll resolve the issue. I explain solutions in plain language instead of technical jargon. For example, when an executive was upset about a frozen laptop before a meeting, I quickly resolved the issue while keeping them informed, which calmed the situation. Tip: stress patience, empathy, and communication skills. Question 5. How do you prioritize multiple IT support tickets? Answer begins here. I prioritize based on urgency and impact. If multiple users are affected, such as with a network outage, that issue takes priority over individual requests. I also make sure to log progress in the ticketing system so users know their issues are being addressed. Tip: highlight organizational skills and awareness of business needs. Question 6. What experience do you have with remote desktop tools? Answer begins here. I have used tools like TeamViewer, AnyDesk, and Microsoft Remote Desktop to resolve issues for remote employees. For example, I once helped a remote worker troubleshoot VPN connectivity by accessing their system remotely and reconfiguring their client settings. Tip: show familiarity with remote support, which is critical in today's workplace. Question 7. How do you ensure devices and systems stay secure? Answer begins here. I enforce security protocols such as installing antivirus software, enabling firewalls, and ensuring regular updates. I also educate users about phishing and safe browsing. In a past role, I implemented multi-factor authentication, which greatly reduced security incidents. Tip: employers want candidates who take cybersecurity seriously. Question 8. What's your experience with Active Directory? Answer begins here. I've used Active Directory to create and manage user accounts, reset passwords, assign group policies, and manage permissions. For instance, I handled onboarding for new employees by setting up accounts, configuring email access, and ensuring they had the correct network permissions. Tip: highlight hands-on experience with user management tools. Question 9. Can you walk me through the process of installing software on a user's computer? Answer begins here. I verify system requirements, back up important data, and install the software either manually or via a deployment tool. After installation, I configure necessary settings, test functionality, and train the user if needed. For example, I rolled out Microsoft Office across an office floor while minimizing downtime. Tip: show attention to detail and end-to-end support. Question 10. What would you do if a printer stops working for multiple users? Answer begins here. I would check if the issue is network-related by testing connections. I would then verify printer drivers and spooler services. If necessary, I would restart the printer server or reinstall drivers. Once resolved, I document the issue and preventive measures. Tip: emphasize logical troubleshooting and preventive action. Question 11. Have you worked with ticketing systems? Answer begins here. Yes, I have used ServiceNow and Jira to log, track, and resolve support requests. Ticketing systems help with accountability, prioritization, and identifying recurring issues for long-term solutions. Tip: show you are familiar with structured support processes. Question 12. How do you handle confidential information? Answer begins here. I treat sensitive information with discretion and follow company policies. For example, when working on HR systems, I ensured files were encrypted and only accessed by authorized users. Tip: demonstrate reliability and trustworthiness. Question 13. What operating systems are you comfortable supporting? Answer begins here. I have supported Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. I can troubleshoot OS-level issues, configure settings, and perform updates. For example, I once resolved compatibility issues between a Linux server and Windows clients in a mixed environment. Tip: stress flexibility with different platforms. Question 14. Can you share an example of a major technical issue you solved? Answer begins here. In a previous role, a critical application kept crashing for several employees. I investigated and found a corrupted update file. I rolled back the update, restored functionality, and later deployed a stable version. This minimized downtime and regained user confidence. Tip: provide a real-world problem-solving story. Question 15. Why should we hire you as a desktop support technician? Answer begins here. You should hire me because I combine technical expertise with strong communication skills. I can troubleshoot efficiently, explain solutions clearly, and maintain a positive attitude with users. My ability to prioritize tasks and ensure smooth IT operations makes me a strong fit for this role. Tip: summarize your technical skills and customer service strengths. Closing thoughts. Desktop support interviews are designed to test both your technical skills and your people skills. Employers want to know that you can quickly identify problems, resolve them effectively, and support users in a professional and friendly manner. Preparing thoughtful responses to common questions will help you stand out as someone who is not only technically capable but also dependable and approachable. By showcasing your troubleshooting expertise, your experience with different systems and tools, and your ability to communicate well with non-technical users, you can present yourself as a well-rounded desktop support professional. With the right preparation and mindset, you'll be ready to make a strong impression and succeed in your interview.